Hello and welcome to today's tutorial. Today's tutorial, we're just going to work on site coverage and areas on the cover page. So how I like to do it at iDesign is I've got a site description on the cover page as seen here highlighted. And just as a template, I do have areas and site coverage there because CBOS and Tasmania, they like to have the areas and site coverage showing on the cover page. And I also have it on the floor plan and the site plan. So I really just put this portion here as a reminder that it needs to be put on there. So what you can do is you fill in the relevant information up here for the project, and for the areas and site coverage. Really, you can come back to that. You can do the areas on the floor plan and the site coverage on the site plan, and then you can copy and paste them into here afterwards and delete what's written here. Save you having to rewrite it a second time. So first of all, to get the areas of the dwelling, would go to the floor plan page, and this floor plan's in progress. And first of all, we want to get the areas. So you bring up, if you type in Control L, you bring up the layers. And then if you're on floor plan proposed, go to areas up here and click on the eye and then press update and OK. And that'll show you, give you an area zoning. And what you can do, this one I think needs to be rotated around. You can rotate it around. I just press Control E and then I click, hold Shift, click, and hold Shift and click to rotate. And I like to change the colors just so it's a little bit easier to read. So I'll make this one blue for inside of the house. And what I might do actually is cut this zone into two zones. So I'll use this little axe object up here. I'll click on that corner, draw a straight line, hold Shift, click, click on this side, and then I can change that to a different color again. We'll go with green. Click that option. I'll extend it to that wall, and then I'll click on this blue zoning. And just adjust it to there. So we've got an area for the garage. It's 4668 square meters, and this is the area for the internal living of the house, and this is the area for the alfresco. If you want to rotate those, you can just click and then click this rotate option. Click, 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 and then you can adjust where it is. So I've got 33.92 square meters for the alfresco, 179.47 for internal living, and 46.68 for the garage. From here, I'll keep the areas showing on the floor plan, and what I'll do is I'll go over into the publisher sets, or you can also go in here as well, and you can click on the floor plan. And now it's going to show the areas up. And I show it up just as a reference so that I can actually fill out this table. I like to place the table on the right-hand side, about five up and 5 in. And then I'll refer up to here for indoor living. It's 179.47. Double click, 179.47. I also do put squares in there as well, because some people work in that measuring system. So in order to get that, I'll bring up my calculator, which is pinned at the bottom here. And then I press escape and type in 179.47 square meters. And I'm going to divide it by 9.3. That'll give me the squares, which is 19.29. Double click, 19.29. That's done. Al fresco, 40. It is 33.92. And divide that by 9.3 is 3.64, which is already correct. And the garage, I've got that at 46 4668. And I'll press space and I'll actually type in garage here. Actually, what I might do is I'm going to put garage on top of the alfresco, so it's closer to the internal living, in case someone wants to add that together to get the total size. It'll be easier to do it that way. Press space, and that garage is 4668. You can copy this over, Control C and then Control V, and then type in 4668. Just confirm that's right, 4668, yes. Divide that by 9.3 is 501. And I'll just confirm that all these calculations are correct. I'll bring the calculator up again and I'll go 179.47 plus 46.68 plus 33.92 equals 260.07, and divide that by 9.3, 27.96. So that's all correct. So that's how I come up with the areas. Is I go into the floor plan, I show the area zoning up, and if you show areas and you don't have zoning like I do, you can just simply grab a fill. And what I like to do is go on a 25%, and then I'll put it on red, and I'll change the layer to areas, and then you can hold shift and then just fill in the area wherever you want the area for. You can go to the settings and show area, and that's as simple as that. And then when you want to get rid of it, Control L, areas, update, and then click on the floor plan. Now it's all not showing, but it is all showing down here, which is what you want. So that's how to do the areas on the floor plan. From there, you can unsuspend that group. So it's all grouped together. You can press Control C to copy it. Then you'll go to site plan and Control V. You're just going to place it there as a reference. And we can see the lot is 842 square meters. And we can see the house footprint is, we want to change that. And that's going to be now 260.07. And the shed footprint, it's 9 by 9. 9 times 9 equals 81 square meters. That's what the shed is, 81 square meters. And the total of the 260 plus 81 is 341.07. And I'll just confirm that I've got the size of the site correct. What I'm going to do is just go into this particular file. And I'm just going to check that. It's 801 square meters. 801 square meters. So this needs to be updated to 801. And that's the lot size, 801 square meters. Now we can type in the 341.07, which is the total of the building site on the block, including the shed. And we're going to divide that by 801 square meters, which is the block size. And then we're going to times it by 100. That gives us a percentage of 42.58. 42.58 percentage site coverage. So basically the house and the shed nearly takes up 50% of the block in size. So that's how you do your site coverage, and that's how you do your areas. Then I click on both of them, Control C, and I go to the cover page and I paste them both there, Control V as a reference. And all these other things here, these all can be deleted out of the way. We don't need that. They're just some templates I set up. Now, as I was saying before, these can be deleted. and then suspend groups and bring this back up to about there. And then I'm going to click the suspend groups again so they're all grouped together again, and then Control C, Control D to drag. And I'll just place that 5mm underneath the site description. And I'll drag that over and do the same thing, 5. And then this one I'll bring down 5 off that as well. So that's how you do it. Now, sometimes I like to, as you can see, these are all at the same length here, the titles on the page. And so if you press suspend groups, press escape, if you click on that one, you click the edge, you can drag it out. And what I do is I go up to here and click there, and it's just going to horizontally bring it out to be in line, just so that it all looks neat and tidy and it's all the same. And then I'd bring this over a tiny bit. I'd click on each of these lines and bring it out to line up with there. Just, it's all about presentation, a lot of the things that I do, making it easy to read and making it look good. So that's all fixed up now. So what you've learnt today is how to do the floor areas for the house, how to do the site coverage calculations, and then copying both of those tables and pasting it into the cover page and adding it to the cover page, because CBOS wants to see those calculations on the front page. So that's all for today's tutorial on areas and site coverage. Thank you. All right.